Jamen, hjertelig velkommen til part 11 af Starfield. Vi skal have kørt nogle missioner, som er UC missions. Og den mission, vi skal til nu, det er den, der hedder Break at Dawn. Speak to Royce at the Dawn's Roost. Så som dem pusher vi lidt på her i part 11. Let's go. Og hjertelig velkommen til kanalen. Jer som nye, men også dem jer som gamle. Og som I nok kan se muligvis, det er, at der allerede er 11 afsnit af Starfield fra start til nu. Så der er masser af timer at se på, hvis man har lyst til at se noget gameplay af Starfield.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be
you are
in the right
entering
place.
United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete.
Scan complete. Hvis der lige er nogle gange, hvor det lyder som om, at jeg lige slupper lidt af noget, jeg drikker, det er altså kun fordi, at jeg har lavet mig kaffe.
All of our signatures. I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis.
Remember the Crimson Surprise? It was almost...
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats.
I need to find one of the patrons involved. Apparently he stole something.
I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Right away.
Menuen. Hvor lækker.
Check.
Excuse me.
Shower? Hair?
Oh,
Check
believe that.
and double
Damn
check.
you. That liar,
Lucky
that
shit.
manipulator, that...
It's never let me down. You are ready for some shock and awe, girlfriend. He wants to know what
That lying, cheating, foul piece of Dawn Glider dropping. If I had my way, I'd tie him to the back of a ship and jump it right into the nearest star. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I'm glad you could see reason. This ring is going to fund a very long vacation across the settled systems. Maybe I'll even take pictures.
Så skal vi over til Yumi.
Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. Perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Really? I should have known this was a waste of time the moment I laid eyes on that drunk. That's on me. Without saying names, there are some people in this city who treat us like their personal security service. But you know how it goes. Sometimes we protect, other times we serve. Either way, I'm still going to pay you for your time. Here, take this. It's well deserved.
All thrusters firing. Jump complete.
Extreme environment. Ja.
Landing initiated. Watch for flaring.
Good day, Captain.
Det nu har han ikke sin hjelm på igen. Det var da irriterende. Aha. Det er som om den er bokket ud, ikke? Altså. Se, der er ikke noget O2. Oh. Ja, deres forsvar, det virker i hvert fald.
I'm pleased to see scrappers disabling these mechs. Damn war machines
Welcome
are
to
better
the
off
one of a
being erased
kind.
from history.
Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Jill. Proprietor. So formal. The pleasure's all mine, my good man. Angelo Alonso, at your service. You can call me Jill. Can I get you started on a tab, then? Or you here to try and make your fortune in the fields? I'm happy to take your credits however you want to hike them over. Kaiser? No bot around here with that tag. Oh, unless you mean Captain Ahab? At least that's what we've all been calling him. No clue what his actual designation is, since he's got some sort of security protocol that prevents inquiries and general chit-chat. But he's a combat bot, right? Yeah, that machine's been out there a while now, hunting this one siren. His white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on Captain Ahab, though. Maybe he finally got the thing. Or it got him. That's where I recognize that insignia. Red Devils. Yeah, Ahab's definitely your bot. So, sounds like you've got two options. You can wander around out there, hunting your bot, little old white whale of your very own. Maybe you find him, maybe you get yourself killed. But knowing this rock is part of what we do here. So if you want to find him a whole lot faster, I'll sell you what I know about this. Kaiser's location. Going rate's a little steep, but I'm willing to negotiate. I mean, great for him, but that won't keep acetylene in our tanks. And honestly, would you be able to tell if a terramorph was attacking outside? Sorry.
1000 credits, det er ikke særlig meget.
Pleasure doing business with you. So, last anyone heard of him, he was out near the Syracuse, shipwreck about a quarter click down the main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard some kind of beacon. Just keep your ears open. You should find your machine. Eyes open, too. Sirens and ecliptic out there, and neither takes prisoners. Oh, and corpse retrieval is not included in this transaction, so now you know. Give Ahab a Kaiser our best.
Scan any promising leads?
Her er der en losseplads det her sted her.
Of this ship. It's as though it's been picked apart from the inside out.
Biological contamination eliminated. Password required.
In need of materials? Or just here to have a drink and enjoy the views? Ah, so that's where your machine's been. Ran out of juice. Heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways are everywhere on this rock. Suck the power out of a pen light if you let them. But a microcell, that's military-grade tech. I think we might have one, but I can promise you, it's not going to be cheap. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system here, but only if you had some quality schematics. So, I just brace for a little sticker shock. Here's what I've got.
Åh, 12.000, mand. Der er vist noget, jeg lige skal have solgt her. Han har ikke så mange penge selv. Det er... Har vi nogen andre, vi kan snakke med, som sælger noget?
Detected in the immediate vicinity.
Jeg vil lige hurtigt skaffe de penge der, og så er jeg tilbage lige om et øjeblik. Så er man tilbage igen, efter at have skaffet 20.000. Så hvad hedder det? Nu har vi da råd til den der lorte shield der. Det var det fandme også dyr, mand. Det var måske også lidt dumt, at vi brugte så mange penge på at få revolution. Men jeg fik det sådan lidt over, så det var da til at leve med.
Sure. Get you something? Here's what I've got.
Here's what I got. Sådan der.
Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Analyzing. Residual damage detected. Impact shielding. Visual systems Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission. Please step aside. My damage is within acceptable thresholds. I have done more with less. Although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful. Additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place. Excellent. We must disarm Unit XW-99. Designation Siren. Nearest final xeno-weapon. Are you ready to proceed to the mission site?
I'm sorry. You're chasing a real, living xeno-weapon. Weren't they all wiped out?
They will be. Unit 99 has proven a capable adversary. External support, however, seems the most likely path to disarming it. Follow me. Probable threat detected.
Big mistake. Ecliptic must be getting desperate if they've resorted to searching piles of scrap for mech parts.
Detecting Unit 99. But there is a complication. Unit 99 is on the other side of that reach. But it appears to be under the control of hostile forces. Sensors suggest Ecliptic, a mercenary company like Ecliptic, would only want Unit 99 to utilize it as a weapon. This means Unit 99 must be disarmed immediately. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost. No quarter given. Do you concur?
Yes, let's go
I'm
clean
in
house.
total agreement. A frontal assault sounds like it's in order.
Moving out.
Let me guess. You missed me and you couldn't stay away.
Attention. Possible threat in area.
Jeg skal lige... Holy shit. Jeg har da ikke alle mine våben sat på. Den her for eksempel. Må fjerne... Så den der og... Den igen. Så har jeg den der, som er...
not going to be carried.
Der er shotgunnen frem.
Unit 99's service is now complete. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission that requires my expertise? That. That is a cause I would like to be a part of. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
Crazy. Okay, den kan jeg godt åbne. Damn it. Så 2. Nej, de passer ikke. Åh, sand der. Vi er nok nødt til at gøre noget andet her. Altså, det ser ud som om, det er den eneste, den der. Og 3. Det har jeg bare ikke. Please. Yes. Så er vi ind til den næste. Sådan, super. Så kan det være den her. Og den her, please. Yes, sådan.
Where did you learn to pick a...
No,
you know what, on second thought, I don't want to know.
Aha. Endelig. Der er Mars-storm hernede.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanan, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion? Where are we going?
Londinian.
Londinian. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. Meaning us finding and disposing of them ourselves isn't an option. But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on, I'll walk you through what we're thinking. You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asyles? Well, just know that they were a natural predator of the terramorphs. Bloodhounds for them, allegedly. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the colony war, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asili's hunting skills to track down the terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them and put an end to the terramorph problem definitively. All our data suggests so. Asilis, they're impressive hunters. The few tests we've been able to run, well, they more than got the job done. They're also shockingly adaptable. The data suggests they're able to thrive just about anywhere, and we plan to selectively breed them so they can hunt terramorphs wherever they're hiding. Which is important, because we did some cross-referencing in the terramorph data. On worlds where Asilis were present, terramorphs weren't. This suggests that however it is terramorphs are getting onto our worlds, Asilis are somehow cleaning that up as well. These creatures are good at what they do. I suppose that's a fair comparison. Except that this time, we'd be protecting human lives, not ending them. Now, there is another option for removing the terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asilis. Well, so that's tricky. Both plans are going to take major investments in time and resources. We're talking years of work, not to mention some highly specialized materials. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asili's gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes' tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around. But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinian. It's dangerous, yes. But Kaiser, Percival, and I, we've trained for this. And you're not so green yourself. And the last thing I want right now is for the UC to stick us with some gung-ho jarhead who's gonna put us and the mission at risk. Captain, you're the reason we're all here right now. You're the person I think can help us finish it. Will you join us on this? Exactly what I was hoping to hear. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
Det ligner en pirathjelm.
Time to leave this place behind. Aim point reached. Orbit stable.
Jump to safe harbor immediately.
You are interfering with the critical mission. Stand down or I will report you.
Critical mission? Oh, you're with the collection team, aren't you? Fine. We'll send word you're on your way down. You're cleared to land.
Tak.
Landing site looks clean. Let's set it down.
Now this planet, this is more my speed. Oh, I could hike here for a while.
Der i hvert fald møghamrende koldt.
You! Inside the barriers! Double time! Xeno unit? You're heading to command, far end of the compound. I'll send the rest of your team along once they arrive.
Hvad er status? Freezing, cold and snow. Jeg har da næsten lige...
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world, and I don't know you. You're with the collection team then, I presume. Either that, or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser. Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your outfit.
Commander Hatum, I'm...
No need for introductions, Major Sinon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you, as does the urgency of your mission, so I'll get to it. Now, Londinium is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Sinon's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into trouble, my people will not be coming. Do we understand each other? We are unwanted guests on this planet, and, as a rule, I don't put my people in any more risk than is absolutely necessary. We've got it hard enough out here. So, no, there will be no cavalry sweeping into the rescue.
Okay.
Terramorphs, and plenty of them, outside our little sanctuary here, much of the planet is theirs. For that reason, we keep our trips into the city to a minimum. That also means our intel becomes largely historical once you go much beyond the defenses. It's also why I want to make sure I'm being crystal clear. Out there, you're on your own. We'll do our best. I'll leave you to your preparations then. You can find your equipment in our armory, base of the tower just outside. Now, once you're outside the base, it's my personal suggestion you make a beeline to the nearby Aceles plant. It contains one of our field caches. Though I can't guarantee it won't contain anything else. I hope you all find what you're looking for out there. Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples from here. When he finds one, he'll transmit the coordinates to us out in the field.
Pinpoint's a bit strong.
The equipment will be able to get us a rough location of any acceptable samples in the scan area. It'll be up to you, Kaiser, and I to find the things. All right. Head over to the armory and gear up. Once you're done, we'll meet by the entrance to the city.
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk. Heard you're going out there willingly. Damn. Word of advice while you're out there. Don't trust what the voices tell you.
Okay, nu tænker jeg, at vi gider godt op her. Så lad os lige se, hvad det er, vi har. Den her skulle faktisk være 10 gange bedre. Og en lille smule bedre, ja. Den der kommer vi sådan lidt godt langt med, tror jeg. Der skal vi også have. Jeg tror ikke rigtig, der er nogen grund til at lige at bruge miner lige nu. Kan vi ramme skibet herfra? Kan vi godt. Der har vi noget jetpack her. Der har vi den der. Der har vi. Okay. Så tager vi den der på der. Og hjelme. Den tager vi på. Der er bare ikke rigtig noget stealth. Super. Jeg burde måske tage Vasco med. Og jeg har også dem her med også.
Transfer.
Lad mig se en gang, hvad skal vi have brand med?
Most facilities in the city.
Bag's acting up again.
Systems should shut themselves back down automatically.
Duly noted, Commander.
All set on your gear? Are you ready to do this? Yeah, just pre-mission jitters. You hear about a place for so long, it maybe gets bigger in your head than it should be. But you don't need to worry about me. I'll be all right. Now, are we doing this or not? Then let's get this show on the road. Kaiser?
Let's go.
Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
All right. On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Okay, guys. Det var rart at kende jer alle sammen. Hvis der vi kommer tilbage, så er det kun et mirakel, det sker. Sarah, du vil altid være mit hjerte. Stjernerne, du var godt at kende dig. Kaiser, det var godt, du kom i live igen. Nu tager vi ud og smadrer de der terrormorf, så godt som vi nu kan. Og dør mange gange. Garanteret.
What? That creature. It's dominated. Must be a morph nearby, keeping it under its sway. Let's put it down. More of them. Clean them up.
Active.
Goodbye.
Okay, det gik jo meget godt. Det gik godt, men vi har nogle objekter, vi skal have gået igennem, okay? Yes, let's go. en lockpick her. What the...
I see you've done that before.
Der var noget her, jeg lige være fat i. Piss.
Integrity compromised.
Looks like the last of them. No sign of the morph, though.
Your shipping yard's just beyond the processing plant. Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
We close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot! Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Hvor det irriterende, jeg ikke åbne den. Nå. Vi har faktisk en skills point. Nej, det er det der pickpocket der. Du, er det under science? Jo, det er den her security. Nu burde jeg kunne. Ja. Jesus Christ. Øj, hvor er det sygt det her. Den passer der. Der har vi to. Så vi en ring mere inde. Så har vi to. Sådan, og kæft, hvor det kører, mand. Det er med godt, vi altid har købt lockpicks. Hvis I tager den, så er der kun én. Vi har faktisk kun én. Oh yeah. Lad mig lige se, hvad det var. Favorite. Kan vi ikke lægge den? Den her. Den ligger bare der. Sådan der.
Open fire! Activated.
Jeg glemte sgu da putte dem her på. Den kan egentlig bare være der, og den her. Jeg har ikke så mange skud til den der. Der.
Why did you leave us?
Ringing bad.
You can't beat it. It's too strong. Give up now. Put down your weapon. We just want to be friends.
Show me what you've got.
Oh God! Here they come!
Herover. Der er en af Mac-component igen. Kontraband. Jeg gider ikke at blive stoppet hele tiden. Ikke så længe, at jeg ikke har den der cargo-halløjse.
Samples collected.
All right. Now hand those over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
Samples secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. The quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
There are steam tunnels under the city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
I am not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
Then we've got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. A real marvel. These leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
Jeg troede lige, de ville angribe. Ha! Jesus Christ, jeg fik da også slået en.
What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, are you seeing this?
The heat leeches are terramorphs.
What? No. It can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs. Oh my god.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets. What are heat leeches? They're one of the most successful pests in the known universe. Tough as titanium, they sneak onto planets by hiding in ship engines, build nests on anything that puts out warmth, animate or otherwise, and make more leeches. But I guess what they're actually doing with all that energy they've been siphoning is fueling one hell of a transformation. Which explains how something as big as a terramorph has been spreading between worlds with no one noticing. Until now. I am sincerely inclined to agree, but current evidence suggests nature manages it just fine. The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, could someone have set that up?
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go!
Så er det måske herude.
Deploying. Hull damage.
Can't take much more of this.
Jeg er næsten død.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this. Percival, Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
Captain, let Kaiser take a look at that sample.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
No, I think it means the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attack on New Atlantis. That someone thought they could get away with attacking the US.
I think someone figured out how to use the Lazarus plant to trigger terramorph attacks.
Okay.
A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect.
Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night. And the sort of thing whoever did this probably didn't expect us to uncover. Makes some sense, actually. Tau said he was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one. It couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the terramorphs. These attacks. I think someone planned them to set all this in motion. A plant this rare showing up unbidden on 2 different UC planets. I think it's more than just possible that human hands were involved here. But it doesn't answer any of the big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why? I'm a little dumbstruck myself.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport?
The entrance is this way. I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Og min headset var lige ved at komme for strøm.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Senon, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk. Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he? Heard that recording. He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people. Condemned this city to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. He was
Oh, you make it sound like a miscalculation, when in reality it was an unmitigated disaster. And look where we are now. Oh, some secret.
a calculated loss. These soldiers for the rest of the galaxy. That sounds exactly like what my father would do. But it doesn't, it can't justify slaughter. But I guess that's just another part of his sick legacy now. He thought he was protecting us all, taking the secret to his grave. Only he didn't succeed. Now someone else knows about the Lazarus plant and is using it exactly how he feared. Now's not the time to joke like that, all right? No, that's insane. He died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what, an advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so important that they had to keep him alive? Well, they certainly picked an expert, didn't they?
He's alive. Victus is still alive. I don't care if they're using him to solve world hunger. The man is a criminal. How could the UC do something so foolish?
I guess it makes sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Victus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. But wait, if my father's alive and knew about the Lazarus plant, what do you think the chances are he was involved in the attacks? And there's no one he's in contact with that could help him on the outside? He got a hold of you, didn't he?
Not tight enough, apparently. He's played everyone for fools and repeated his crimes. Ugh, that's what the UC gets for keeping him alive.
But I guess we're not getting any more answers right now. Come on, let's go get that last sample. Eyes peeled.
Hostile detected.
What the hell? Is that the sample? Oh my god, concentrate fire! Shoot! Shoot!
Oh god! Here they come!
That thing. Oh, well then, let's give it all we've got.
Just go down, will ya? What is that?
That thing is putting out some kind of signal. Raiders lighten up. I think you're due for some company. The signal that thing's putting out to call in those creatures, I think I can nullify it. But I'm gonna need some help. There should be some radar equipment powered up now around the port. You get those online, and I'll relay my signal through there.
You're not gonna leave me, are you?
Okay, træk mig og skru tilbage.
There it is! Open fire! Fire, damn it!
Right behind.
Og hvad har vi tilbage? Hvad har vi tilbage?
Strike confirmed. Evaluation. It's
You're gonna kill me!
It'd be a lot easier if you just hand it over.
Damage sustained.
They're everywhere! All around! Nowhere is safe!
Connection received. Broadcasting signal.
Look, it's working. But the thralls, they're attacking the anomaly.
That's not me. Throwing out the frequency.
We freed them, and they're helping us.
You left us. Why did
I've still got more capacity. Get to them. No signal online.
It's working.
One more dish. No signal at full power. That should be the end of it. Now hit it with everything you've got.
Har vi ikke flere kastegranater? Kastehalløj? Yes, det har vi.
Hull damaged. Fault detected. Correcting.
The thralls, they're not coming after us. I guess we should grab that sample while we can. Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done. All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
No, well, back to base. Og jeg er såret helt vildt meget. What the hell? Og lige... Giv mig noget her. Bum. Og den der, og...
Look what the cat dragged.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion. Ah, best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Ve Victus knew about this damn plant?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that. Captain, he needs to know. Ve Victus is alive, which means he could have been involved in the attacks.
Alive? He's... Ve Victus? That can't be true, right?
Unfortunately for us all, yes, it's true.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain, Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Ve Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know. Whatever you can turn up is more than we have now. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you for dealing with him.
Pit. Tilbage til skibet.
Right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
Til New
All is well,
Atlantis.
Captain. All things considered. Lifting off now. Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
Vessel, please respond. You again. You're advised to leave this orbit immediately. The United colonies will not be held responsible for any harm you suffer by proceeding. Let me check my logs. All right, you can proceed. We'll let them know you're on your way down.
Jeg skal godt nok ikke ned, men okay.
Navigational feedback checks out.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. Go ahead.
Nå. Så lad os tage sådan ned og snakke med ham en gang. For det der er det lidt crazy.
I have something for you when you have a moment. The two of us make quite the pair, eh? Fishing for a handout, eh? Maybe if you're lucky, we'll talk again later. Well, well. All right, but be careful.
Be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Oh, nice.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more.
Jeg elsker den hue der. Det ligner lidt noget fra Hvor.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Jeg har ikke nogen venner med. Point.
headed for Londinian of all places. I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that? Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
What are your options?
Something amiss, Captain?
Den her empath her, ikke? Det er som regel altid dem, som er de gode af dem at sige. Men der er jo også den her nede. No more lies, confess, or I turn over what I found. Det vil også måske være lidt
You have
mærkeligt.
my undivided attention.
Prøv at gå med den her empati.
You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Ja, det er sådan set lidt pretty revenge.
Oh, my revenge was far from petty, Captain. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You. Heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together. That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here. There are more on the horizon. If you do the right thing.
Okay, så fik vi da snakket med ham. Og han var ikke særlig glad for det, jeg sagde. Jeg vil ikke bare bombe ham. Han har jo sådan set gjort menneskeheden ret usikker. Det ser virkelig for sygt ud. Vi har allerede været herinde, ikke også? Jo, det har vi. De her, de står åbne.
personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Cabinet Chambers, Industrial Affairs. Okay, sådan, okay, vi tager det op nu til Cabinet nu. Og snakke med dem. Hey!
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it? Killed all those people because of a chip on his shoulder and an obsession with his own status. That sounds like Vivictus. Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again. My hope would be that whatever connections he's got to the outside world disappear. Make sure his future schemes and machinations stay in his cell with him. But honestly, I'm not sure. He's in a unique position, and has done a special kind of harm to the colonies. Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs. It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything else he's done, is unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him.
Skal vi vælge noget andet her at snakke om? Ej, for det var der.
And here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sinon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
What's going to happen?
That will be up to the cabinet to decide.
Okay.
But I don't appreciate our mercy being taken advantage of.
Whatever the cabinet thinks is the right course of actions.
It's well past due. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
What sorts of measures will usually be taken for... Agreed, that's the right call. If vi slet ikke hørte, hvad der var, hun sagde. Nå, okay. Remember, other factions should be involved in securing the Lazarus planet. Securing the planet isn't enough. It should be wiped out. Jeg synes, at ja, det kan faktisk godt være, at alle andre factions burde... Nej, det de skal nok.
These are topics of the utmost importance. Take your time.
Securing the planet. What sort of measures will usually be taken?
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy. But we'll ensure its growth is contained, that access to the plant is only permitted via highly regulated clearances, and that our troop presence on Londinian is increased.
Kunne det ikke bare blive wiped out? Så laver vi et nyt nuclear jo. Det er jo ikke smart. Det hun siger, det er, at det kan blive increased. Securing massive plants.
Gather your thoughts, and let's continue.
Hvad er det rigtige at gøre her? Skal vi wipe plan, altså den her facility plan ud? Jeg tror bare ikke, de hjælper.
We're waiting on you, Captain.
Yeah, I know. Securing the planet is not. It should be wiped out. Det også bare være. Så jeg ved ikke, om det har en konsekvens at gøre det. I believe the other factions will be involved in securing the lesser planet.
Gather your thoughts, and let's
Tell
continue.
the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
Okay. The UC doesn't exactly have the best track record. This will ensure good behavior from both sides. It demonstrates to the collective UC's plan to secretly.
Good. So then, the plant will be secured and knowledge of its existence classified.
Vi kan gå tilbage.
I'm glad you think so. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
I doubt there's another body in the galaxy that could pull it off.
Absolutely correct. There are no better hands in the galaxy for this project than ours.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day 1 for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you 3 the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
So long I'm getting paid, I'm happy. What's the Class 1 citizens? Yeah,
it's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive. You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you 2 are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Well, hello, sunshine.
Excellent.
You've got quite a bit of work ahead of you, Captain. Best get to it.
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers. Scum of the galaxy.
Her af par 12. Nu vil jeg søge hen mod skibet, og så vil jeg tage afsted til den næste mission.
You hear about that missing ship? They think it was pirates.
Og hvad hedder det? I må have det rigtig godt, og tak fordi I gad at kigge med. Det er altid en fornøjelse. Så lad os til
I used to be a sanctuary.
ses vi jo bare i det næste afsnit. Ja, det er rigtig godt. Vi ses.
How can I be of service, Captain?
To you, Captain.